Hi, doing, Wooglex Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Alright. So last episode I came down looking for iron. And I've had a pretty good run here. Um, Not to say I'm necessarily finished, but nice. The more iron the better, because I's getting really low. I also hit a few patches of diamonds too today, which is rare for me. So that's nice. Never hurts my feeling to up my diamond. This has been a pretty bizarre cave. I'm not gonna lie. It's super dangerous. Um, Stuff just keeps falling out of the sky. Things set me on fire. it's Creepers keep coming along and blowing up my iron pockets I keep finding. It's a very Swiss cheesy kind of cave. It's all tunnels and holes and silverfish, emeralds. It's a mess. I've gone through 3 stacks of torches exploring, so it's a big mess. It's a big crazy mess for sure. But it's also lots of iron, diamond. Ooh, gotta be careful there, because, like I said, it's been crazy. I've had lava pour out of the ceiling when I dig up. I've had holes open up underneath of me when I dig. You're not supposed to dig down. Holes open up underneath of me when I'm digging down. One time I was just going along and there was a single block hole, and I walked right into it. I was like, wow, that's some smarts right there. Ah, see, set me on fire. I only got 2 more potatoes, and then I'm gonna have to skedaddle. I should probably skedaddle before I run out of potatoes, because I'll want some potato speed in case I gotta run. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been hitting the area near my base. I mean, this is pretty near my base, but I've been hitting the area near my base so much that I get down in there and I can't find anything to mine. So this is a whole new section. I This is where I dove in at the end of last episode, or 2 episodes ago. I can't remember. I can't remember if I played this last week or if it was VR last week. I think it was VR. I did get an updated version. I haven't tried it yet. That may run with my world. So depending on the updates for next week, we might try another. I'd like to look around my world in VR. I guess I don't need to record that. It's just. Oh, dang it. See? Just like that. Oh. And then the water went away. That was weird. Hey, emeralds. Yeah, I've got 18 emeralds so far. As you can see, sometimes I'm getting them by the twos, which is nice. Um, yeah, it's a long day. I feel pretty tired. I don't know. This this drives me crazy. So this morning, right? This morning, the dog starts barking. Now I get up early on Sundays, which I don't normally do during the week. So setting an alarm for me is weird because I tend to wake up naturally when I have decided I'm going to wake up. Not all the time, but there is a good chance I'm going to wake up at or slightly before when I decide I want to wake up. Now, coupled with the fact that I do not sleep well anyways, um, and it takes me forever to fall asleep, and it always has. And so, when I got a day like today, where I don't get to bed until almost 2, but I have to be up at 9, it's not good for me for the dog to start barking at 7 a.m. And he just barked and 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 barked barked and barked and barked. And so this afternoon I was like, man, that dog just would not stop barking this morning. And they're like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We took him out and stuff, and then when we came back in and we were doing stuff, just wouldn't stop barking. So they were there. They were there where he was barking, knowing that he's barking, knowing that I'm trying to sleep. And they did not care. Oh. Alright, so now we gotta figure out where... Okay, I can do this. No, I can't, because I don't actually know which direction is which on my base. On the map side of things, I think my base is south from here. Somewhere. I didn't bring a map. I didn't bring a map. This is why I needed extra potato. Because I'm gonna use it. Well, I guess I've got a fire sword. I can get some supplies easily enough. Hopefully we'll just see part of my base poking up over the hill here. What is... I was like, what is that? But that's just a little bit of sand. This is some nice open territory. Why didn't I build here? I feel like... Oh no, we could still be heading in the right direction here. See, the problem is I don't know how far I mined. So my nephew, he got a new board game yesterday. Worst instructions I've ever seen. Like, complicated games, and this is not a horribly complicated game, but it's a little complicated. But I don't understand why, when they write instructions for these things, they can't explain how to do everything. Like, I get that you want an instruction for each individual thing, but you should at least explain how the game plays. And so, like you go through the directions, right? And the directions are like, it's a deck building game, which I've never played before. Like, I've played a game where you build decks, like Magic the Gathering, but this is one where you build your deck while you're playing the game. I guess I've played those games on the computer. I've played Slay the Spire, which is a deck building game, I guess. But man, could I have seriously mined this far out? I need a map button. I am way off. My base is this way. Uh, my base is the opposite direction I was going. I'm pretty sure. Um, but so I'm reading through the directions, and it's like, okay, first off, this is bizarre to me. Um, it's got all these different cards, and so there's a lot of cards to this game. It's a deck building game, and so there's uh, weapon cards, ally cards, encounter cards, action cards, and reaction cards, hero cards, and scouts. Um, and that's all well and good, but they are literally mixed together in packages. And so like sit up instructions are shuffle all the level 2 and 3 action and reaction cards together. So one would think that if that was part of the setup, that one of the plastic packages contained in the box would be your level 2 and level 3, or they're not level 2 and level 3, they're 2 gold and 3 gold costing cards. Um, and so you would think that they would be together, and they weren't. They weren't. They were all mixed in with all the other stuff. Like it wasn't even like, oh, here's my 2 and 3 cards. No, it was like, here's a 2 card, here's 3 6 cards, here's a 4 card, here's 3 5 cards. I was like, man, they don't even have the same cards next to each other in some of these packs. I don't understand how they managed to put this game together this way. This is crazy to me. And and so it was all like that. And so I had to sort through every single card to make sure what it was and that it went in the right spot. And so, are you a horse? You're a horse. I was hoping you were a cow, because I don't think horses give off meat. I don't believe there's horse meat in the game, so. I am so lost. Ooh, swamp. Swamp looks more like my base. This rivery terrain looks a lot like my base. I'm gonna go over here and kill some of these pigs. Pigs will get me running again. And so we're trying to figure it out. And so there's like one side of the page is or page. One side there's a board. So you put down the board. So one side of the board is allies, and the other side of the board is weapons. And then the instructions are like, when you start the game, each person is randomly assigned a hero card, and uh, and four, they get their 4 scouts, and the 4 scouts are your initial hand, and so it's very confusing from that point on. And then it's like, I don't know, it just, the instructions were terrible. So we watched a couple of videos uh, to see if somebody else understood it better than I understood it. And I think it makes sense now, but man, the directions do not make it easy. I just, because it'd be like, oh yeah, see, this is definitely someplace I've been. This is my lake right here that I made, I believe. Yep, because there's a tree underwater right there. And this is where the water goes. Yep, I know where I'm at. I think my base is over there, so I just got to get around the other side. I'm kind of surprised this is all sand. Must have been river before. Hey, there's my base. I totally found my way home. I am proud of me. I am really bad at finding my way home after I go mining, but I did it. I'm home. Hello, base. Hello, base. How you doing? This was my hideout while you wait for grain to grow. Which apparently need to do because that grain just is not coming in like it's supposed to. But so it's like the 4 scout cards are your initial deck, and then it's like if at any time you don't have 4 cards in your hand at the start of your turn, you need to draw from your deck to get to maintain 4 cards. And I'm like, what deck? Because there's only the deck of the 4 scout cards. And so they just kept mentioning draw from your deck, place in your deck. I'm like, I got 4 scout cards. What deck are you talking about? There's a acquisition phase, and in the acquisition phase, you can use the money generated during your turn from the cards you played from your deck. I'm like, I don't have a deck other than these 4 cards. How do I get a deck? And there's no point in there where they explain to you that that 4 card deck is your starting deck and that you should be purchasing cards as you play to improve the size of your deck. Like, I understood that that's what was supposed to happen, but they didn't explain how it's supposed to happen. And so it's very confusing. And then we're like, okay, so what about the allies on one side? And then it's like, you can equip weapon cards to your allies and hero, but the action and reaction cards, which are in piles, you flip over the top 2 at the start of your turn, and you can use those as if they were in your hand. But it doesn't say what to do about the allies and weapon cards on either side, and I'm still a little confused about that because you can reserve the action reaction cards by placing one of your gold tokens on it so that you can purchase it your next turn if you can't afford it this turn. And so, okay, first off, let's unload stuff, and then I will go see about fixing my food here. And so anyways, it seems like it'll be an alright game now that maybe we've got a better handle on it. But it's definitely some of the worst, and I play a lot of that style of game. Not deck building, but super complicated, obscure, things like Gloomhaven, right? Gloomhaven does not have the best directions. Mostly what happens is, I'm just going to bust these apart, I think. Mostly what happens is the fact that, okay, it wouldn't let me place them while jumping. Wow. My aim is bad. Bloop. Can I have a piece of stone, please? Thank you. What's that? Oh, smooth stone. What's smooth stone look like? That's not a thing, right? This is new. No, it's smooth, but it's got a edge to it. That's new. That's not, it just comes up with a regular pickaxe, too. Interesting. Like, I know you make smooth stone slabs. Has it always looked like that? Isn't smooth stone just force... No, that's brick. Yeah, I don't think smooth stone was a thing before. Man, I really like to dump my gold down in here. It's gonna be a while though. Alright, well that gives me room anyways to... Oh, look at that. I've got 24 steak on me. I'm running around like I ain't got no food. I got 24 steak on me. From where I was working on those cows, getting leather. Um, but yeah, like Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven's got like a 120-page rulebook or something. It might not be that big, but it's pretty big, and it falls in the same problem as well. In that, I could probably do away with a lot of these carrots because I'm not doing the pig farm thing because it doesn't work anymore. Um, but I love complicated games. Don't get me wrong. Don't think this is me going, oh, I hate complicated board games. I love complex, not complicated, but complex board games. And Gloomhaven is definitely right up there as one of my favorites. And uh, like I've got Gloomhaven, I've got Descent, Journeys in the Dark, which is another awesome dungeon crawler type of game. I've got Hero Quest was the original get me into this kind of board game. I've got this one. I kind of want to get the new version because the new version's completely redone the game. But I've got this one called Twilight Imperium. I have like the first or second edition, and apparently the game is totally different now. And I love that one. In fact, I made that game more complicated when we played it last time. Nobody wants to play it, but I love that game. Twilight Imperium. Okay, so anyways, let me finish my story. I guess about this card game. 3012. It's 3012. The year 3012. It's like the Mayan apocalypse has happened, and so it's 1,000 years later, and there aren't any people left. Instead, everything is animal people, and they're fighting monsters. And so, okay. Oh yeah, see, look at that. I was getting pretty low on diamonds. Ooh, I also came across slime, so I got me some slime. That's handy. And I'm gonna go over here. Actually, there's a new machine, right? Um, um, there's a new machine that I have not used yet called the grindstone, right? Grindstone, which is a stone slab, a couple of sticks, and a couple of planks. Which may or may not be the thing I want here. Okay, so we need a couple of sticks, we need a couple of planks, and we need a stone slab. Which, oh, you know what? I think I only need one stone for that because I can use my cutter. Stone slab, 2 sticks, 2 planks, 1 grindstone. Repair and disenchant. Okay, so if I do this, I'll disenchant. But if I do this, no. Nope. All right, I lied. You are not what I wanted. Because I don't want to disenchant. I want to just repair my poor pick. Yeah, sorry. Grabbed the wrong one. And my poor shovel. Everything else looks alright. What about my armor? Oh, my armor... Oh, my armor is... okay. You know, it's not the best. Maybe I should make some new armor. Let's go get some levels. Let's see if I can throw my gold in here yet. Let's go over and we'll grab some levels here while I finish up my gaming chat. But yeah, so who knows when we'll try and play it again. But it was very confusing card game from the instructions. Watching people play it, it seems a lot easier. So Twilight Imperium is one of my favorites. Twilight Imperium is a math-based game where your goal is to conquer the map. Only it's in space, and so there are planets and asteroids and wormholes and stuff like that. And so everybody starts on their own side of the map, and it's a hexagon. I think the map is in a hexagon shape, and so there's different races, if I remember correctly, and you get these little tokens that are these little tiny tokens that are upgrades for your ships. Is this not working? What's going on? Why are you so slow? Why are you so slow? We got one guy came through. We got a skeleton back where he's not supposed to be. Okay, there we go. Stuff's starting to fall down now. And so everybody starts with a little different setup, and you start with different starting technology. And then as the game progresses, every planet you own gives you a different amount of resources. And so the resources add up, and then you can purchase new troops to land on the planet, new planetary defenses, new transport ships, new fighter ships, that kind of stuff. And so you spread your empire across the map. Now, like I said, the new version is supposed to be quite a bit different from the version I have, but I like the version I have. Problem is I can't find anybody who likes to play board games that way. So, and then the Hero Quest, of course, from I think it came out in the 80s. They don't have it anymore. They tried to make it not too long ago, and they got all the way up to the point. It was one of the few things that I was going to Kickstarter, and then just before I put money into it, they got sued by Hasbro, who owns the rights to it but don't make it, and they shut it down. I mean, it has been made in years, so I don't know why they would fight so hard against making it. Like, if they're not gonna do anything with it, then why don't you let somebody else do something with it? Because I would love to get a new Hero Quest game. It is one of my favorites. You've got, in fact, I still play it from time to time. You've got four heroes. There's a dwarf, an elf, a wizard, and a barbarian. Because it comes from a time when elf and dwarf were classes, and so like the barbarian has the most health, but he has the least amount of spirit. The wizard has the least amount of health, but the most spirit. And then the dwarf is pretty similar to the barbarian, except he also has like lockpicking skills, and then the elf is like a hybrid fighter mage, and so there's four decks of cards: Earth, Air, Water, Fire. And so when the game starts, the elf gets to pick one of the four, and then the wizard gets the other ones, and then those are their spells. And you get gold and experience, and do you get experience? You don't get experience. You get gold and equipment. And so as the game progresses, your character gets more powerful because you get more equipment. So like you might buy a better weapon. You might buy yeah, I don't know what's going on, but my thing is not filling up with monsters. Is it nighttime? If it's nighttime, that's going to cause an issue. And and so there's like expansion packs came out for it with new quest lines and more monsters. And the board is really cool because it's got rooms printed on the board, but you use like doorway stands and to indicate where there are doors. And then there's like little pieces of furniture that are 3D that you put down on the board, and like stone tiles that you put down to block off passageways. And so you don't necessarily know what the board looks like, other than you know what the board looks like, but you don't know what's actually going to be rooms. Sometimes a room might be split in half by stones, and so it was really awesome. And so I've got Descent: Journeys in the Dark, which is similar, not exactly. I don't think it's quite as fun as Hero Quest, but it's pretty awesome. It's a little more. Its board is made up of like puzzle pieces that stick together, and uh, but you still have the hero thing, and you get experience in this one, and then you use the experience to buy new cards that go in your decks, and new which give you new skills, and there's money to buy new equipment and stuff. But what's cool about that one is that the bad guy for the game, which is another player, also gets experience and uses that experience to upgrade his abilities, which is pretty cool. And then Gloomhaven is a massive dungeon crawler game where your heroes have goals, and when they meet those goals, they retire. And so, like, the game is bizarre. Like, when you start, there's only like four classes that are unlocked, and you have to play until you retire a class before you unlock the next class. And so, like, everything in the game that's locked has a sticker seal on it, so that you have to unseal it the first time that you get that far. But yeah, that's another one that I really like. In fact, it's laying on my gaming table right now where I've been playing it. But alright, well, I am going to call it here. So click like if you like, subscribe to catch the next one. I will talk to you later.